Good morning, everyone. It's been a hot minute. There's been a lot of stuff going on in my life, so I need to get y'all caught up to speed. First off, I quit my job at Walgreens. Um, the basic scenario is, because as I'm sure I've told you guys in the past, but we the stores seem to always have a problem with keeping assistant managers slash is hang on a sec. Okay, I just want to make sure I was definitely alone in the house. Um, but they seem to have problems keeping because we had our store manager, but we always seem to have problems keeping an assistant manager and or shift leads, which are the position that are lower than the manager positions, but they're still kind of sort of considered manager. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but yeah. So either way, um, and I think I probably mentioned this before in a previous video, but the corporate recently changed their policy and they decided to get rid of the assistant manager position altogether and only have the store manager and then as many shift leads as we need. So we had that for a while and it was fine, except for we hired, Mike hired, the store manager hired two new girls who were about the same age and who were friends. Um, their names are Caitlin and Shannon, and they were like, I know I mentioned this in the past, how it always seems like whoever we have as an assistant manager, or whatever, that they play favorites, or that they have people who they really get along with and hang out with outside of work and blah blah blah. And then they have people like me who, are basically go over to beauty and do your stuff. We don't want to talk to you kind of thing. Without coming right out and saying, we basically don't want to be friends with you. So, um, so basically, I've been wanting to quit for like a long time, as you guys probably know. Um, I know I mentioned it here and there, and just the pattern that keeps emerging with whoever gets into the store as a new assistant manager or a new shift lead doesn't like me or doesn't know what to do with me or tries to pull me from the department I've been in for 5 years and move me up front because God forbid stuff get done over there. Um, done over there. No, I'm gonna push you around and do your thing. Well, that was happening with Shannon and Caitlin, except for like times 10. Um, but I do have to say they were very good about it. They were very subtle for the most part. And there are a lot of times where, I was like, well, maybe I am the problem. Maybe, and whenever I go to the store manager about it, he would always make it out like it was my fault. He would always tell me I was unapproachable. And I'm like, no. So basically, mid July, mid last week, I basically I was working a night shift. Shannon was closing manager, and the very night before, I had been reamed over the coals because I apparently had a bad attitude to somebody who came in the store and ended up being related to or married to. I'm still not entirely sure. Um, One of the higher up mucky mucks at corporate. And so she wrote this big long email and sent it to all the stores because, of course, that's the best way to get me properly trained again. And you tell I'm being highly sarcastic. So basically, I got called in. Mike bring me over the coals, which that's fine. I shouldn't have been rude. But I mean, I wasn't. I mean, technically, I was probably rude. But the other thing, but it was also kind of like she was rude too. This customer was. She came in, wanted to return something. I could tell she was in a bad mood, and you know, and stuff. And so I must have sighed too loud while trying to return. And of course, it wasn't an easy return. It wasn't like a boom, boom, boom. Here's your money. It was oh, now we have to do this step, and then and now I have to call the manager, call the shift leader, or whatever. And apparently, I made my displeasure known, and she was like, "Well, it sounds like somebody needs a new job." Instead of shutting up and taking it, I said, "Well, actually, I am getting a new job once I moved to England." And apparently, that was insubordinate or whatever. So she sent this huge email to all the stores, all the Walgreens stores in the district, and sent up the chain and was like, "Julie needs to be retrained, and I will not come into the store if I see Julie working." And it's like, I was not that bad. I was not that bad to you, you know. And so, and well, and thinking about it, when I thought about it a little further on down the line, I bet you $5 it was a setup. I bet you $5. Shannon and or Caitlin knew her and got her to come in and cause trouble. I can't prove it, but I bet you $5. So anyway, went on again for a couple of days, and I was just, after I got chewed out about that, I was just like, I didn't say anything at the time, but I was just like, no, I'm going. I'm leaving. I can't. I will not subject myself to this anymore. And so I can't remember if it was that night or if it was the night after that. Um, but I was up front. I was helping. We had a brand new cashier. Well, brand new. She'd been there for maybe a week, but I was training the new person on how to do returns, on what buttons to press on the register and all that, because I don't remember who it was, if it was Shannon or if it was Caitlin, but one of them was working that night, and they were just gone. They were nowhere to be seen. And so I was like, okay, fine, be that way. And And so I texted Keith because the reason why I'd been staying for as long as I probably should have was because in order to get the partner visa, I need to show that I'm working. And so, and don't worry about that. Keith is gonna take a day off or something coming up here, and he's gonna talk to the solicitor about, is there an alternate? Is there another way? Does she just need to prove that she has? Because I've been saving up money like a house fire. And so I've just been like, okay, you know. So we're currently in the process working on it, and I've been job hunting. I just haven't gotten anywhere. But here's the weird thing. I've had 3 interviews, and they've all been different. One it was like you record your own interview and then email it to the people. One of them was a phone interview. Still haven't heard back from that company. And then the other one was actually an in-person interview where I went to the store and talked to somebody. And I got rejected from 2 places, and I still haven't heard back from the third place. So, I mean, I've been job hunting, but I honestly wonder if maybe I need to be focusing on other things. Like, I haven't written, and I have like 5 stories in this book that I've been taking to work and writing down ideas in. And, I'm sure, I need to take some time to flesh those out and stuff. And there's also other things that are going on. Like, mom and dad are going on vacation in September, which is just a little over 2 weeks away, which I'm just like, well, September already? So, but yeah. So basically, they're going to Colorado and to meet with their close friends who live there. And so, because she's in school and my sister works, I'm the pickup person. I'll be the one going to the school and picking her up afterwards, except for Wednesday, which Carrie has off. But yeah, so basically, I've just been trying to figure out like I've taken a lot of time just to play games on my phone. I started a new game called Sky, which I want to do a whole video about for you guys because that game is amazing. It is so beautiful. It is so cool. And there's a couple parts of it that are tough as balls. Um, but yeah, so look forward to that at some point. And so, I don't know, I was just sitting here thinking, and I was like, what if I'm meant to take this time to better myself, to write more, to play my games, to be able to communicate with other people more often, be able to record videos for you guys. What if that's what I'm meant to be doing instead of, other things? So I've just been kind of searching my soul, kind of trying to figure out what to do. Um, the other hard part and the sad part about losing my job is, I didn't have any allies. The one person, an older lady who I used to like to stand up front and talk with and help her because, she's like older than my parents. She's older than 70, I'm sure. And yet she's still working. She still plugs along. But she's mainly up at the registers because she can't lift heavy totes or, do really any heavy lifting or anything. And so I thought she was my ally. And I told her earlier in the week, I said, I'm thinking of quitting. And she had me, we exchanged phone numbers. We actually put our numbers into our phones. And so she was like, when you quit, let me know. Well, I called, and keep in mind, granted, it was after 10 o'clock at this time, because I quit like one night. I didn't give 2 weeks or anything. I just was like, I've had it, I'm done. And so I took off my name badge, took off the little keychain thing that Keith had gotten me for one of our last holidays, one of our last anniversary, maybe? Something like that. So I took that off. I left my name badge and didn't leave my shirt because I didn't have anything else to change into. But they wouldn't have wanted my shirts back because they were set in stains. And so, yeah. So I was just like, so I texted Keith that night hoping he'd be up because he does suffer from insomnia. And so I was like, I have to quit. I can't do this anymore. And he was like, I will fully support you. Do what you have to do. And so, yeah, I didn't say anything. I didn't say I quit. Nothing. I just left my name badge, and I left something else. I can't remember what it was, but something. I left right on boss man, the store manager's pile of stuff. Oh, I know. I wrote a note. I didn't just not say anything. I wrote a note. Something to the and it wasn't like mean or anything. It was just something to the effect of as of this date, mid-July, I quit. You know, thank you for whatever. Thank you for that. I don't even remember what I said. But so but I will tell you something weird. I kid you not, I heard a voice and this always sounds weird, and I don't mean to say that I'm like schizophrenic or anything, but I swear I heard a voice that night say, "You deserve better. You need, you need to, you need to get out of here." Well, it was my intuition, whether that was the universe saying, "Hey." Oh yeah, that's the other thing I need to tell you guys. I don't call myself a Christian anymore. I've kind of stepped away from that. I'm not entirely sure what I believe yet, but I've been studying stuff about witchcraft. I've been studying stuff about, and the thing that really gets me is, a lot of it is positive thinking, putting a positive intention into something, or, you know, and there are a few books that I've read. One is called Moon Magic, one is called Practical Magic, which always makes me think of the movie that I love. That I love, but also the first time I watched it scared me half to death because I was like, what, what? But yeah, um, so I guess you could say I'm studying what my path should be, but I'm also kind of taking time just for myself. So I'm almost wondering if maybe I need to do that now. But here's the other funny thing. Because you guys know I've had issues with my knee, I've had issues with my ankle, and it got to the point in Walgreens where it was like constant pain. Guess what went away? Like less than a week after I quit. I mean, yeah, my knee still hurts occasionally. My ankle still hurts occasionally, especially if I run around too much barefoot or without my brace or whatever. But that's what I find funny. It's like when the stress is gone, the pain practically goes away. And it's like, mm-hmm. Not saying that there aren't medical, if you are on medicine for something, you should keep taking it. Or if it's not working, you should talk to your doctor about it. Um, but I just found that kind of hilarious. And I kid you not, like, as soon as I decided that I was gonna quit, it's like the level of pain went from near constant to like a dull ache, but not severe. And so I'm like, I took that as a sign. I took that as a sign from whoever you wanted to be from to basically be like, this is the right step. You need to leave this place. It's causing you too much stress. Plus, if I had stayed, I probably would have been pushed out by now. Because those two. Well, and another thing that I found really interesting is Darla was also one of my coworkers, who I really did not enjoy being around because she complained about literally everything, and it was always about her. She never wanted to hear about your problems. She just wanted to rant on about hers. And there was one time I was talking to, or she was talking to me, basically. And I can't remember how we got on the subject, but I think I managed to ask her. No, I remember, because she had been apparently having problems with the two of them, with Caitlin and Shannon. And so she was basically like, she wasn't giving me any advice or anything. She was just ranting about her stuff. But then she was like, you know, and then I managed to ask, what do you do? How do you handle it? She says, oh, I just ignore them. I'm like, that doesn't work. I've tried doing that, and they have literally, like, I tried doing my typical beauty task, or and the person, they literally will like either tell me to stop doing something because that's not my job, or they'll yell at me for not. And so I just was like, and, but she basically, oh, now I can't remember what she said, but she basically said something that implied that, oh, I remember, because I think I'd mentioned wanting to quit or something. She said, well, Julie, if you quit, they're just going to hire another one of their friends to, to join the club. And I'm like, okay, how do it's like, number one, how do you know this? And number two, so? I mean, and granted, I get it. And yeah, it was hard leaving the store because I spent 6 years working for this place. But it, it just got to the point where I couldn't stand it anymore. And so I'm not in a holding pattern, but I'm kind of sort of figuring out like what I want to do. Like, do I want to just stay, like I'll try to job hunt and stuff, but, and again, here's the other thing that I don't know, because I haven't been back to the store since. I don't know if Shannon and Caitlin are giving me bad references. And keep in mind, I did quit without notice. So I can kind of understand. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, well, wait a minute. Why would they care if I. Why would they care if I quit or not? I mean, yeah, at the time, I'm sure it was hard for them. But if what Darla says is true, why, they were just planning on hiring another of their friends. Which, again, you have to take everything Darla says with a grain of salt because she's been caught out for lying before. So, yeah, basically. So it's like, take that with a grain of salt because I don't know if that's at all true or not. Um, but yeah, so she's basically, so it's like, I don't know. I don't know if they're, I don't know if that's true. And I haven't been back. And nobody at that store has reached out to me. The only positive thing that happened was I only found this out because, I had direct deposit, but the last paycheck I got from them had, because I had requested some time off. I had requested a couple days off in August, in this month, and then I'd requested the week off in September because of mom and dad leaving, because me needing to be available to watch Shay every week. Hang on one sec. Ugh. I have to plug in my computer. I think it's gonna get to the point here pretty soon where I have to do something with it. But yeah, so I'm basically just kind of at this. I'm still really unsure what to do. And I have to be honest, I kind of hoped that Dana would end up being my eyes and ears, that I could like call her and say, and that she would tell me what was going on and stuff. But Dana never called me back. She's never. Oh, and Dana's the older lady. I'm sorry. Forgot to mention that. Dana's the older lady that I actually liked and liked to hang around up front with and talk while we were ringing through customers. And Dana has never responded back to any message I've left her. So I deleted her number off of my phone. I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to have it be one sided. I've had that kind of stuff happen before, and it's just not what I want in my life. And then that ends up being the issue is I don't have eyes and ears in the store, so it's like either I have to somehow sneak into the store without being seen and stay around long enough to not, you know, or, I need to find somebody else who'd be willing to do that. But like I said, nobody's contacted me. The only the only contact I had was, like I said, I'd signed up to take some more time off, and apparently, I'm assuming Mike, the store manager, decided to just go ahead and add that because I'm assuming it was already in the computer and it was part of my pay, so he just made that a part of my last paycheck, which is fine. But I mean, there's been no communication. There's been no, Julie, are you okay? What happened? Nope, not from anybody. So I'm pretty much about ready to call it an absolute loss, but I am still kind of worried that Caitlin and Shannon are giving me bad references. Maybe that's why I didn't get the 3 jobs I applied for. But I don't know. So, I don't know. I guess leave in the comments what you guys would do. Would you guys go back into the danger zone and kind of snoop around and see what you could find out? Or would you just let it go and move on? Because, like I said, I have enough money that I don't have to work. But at the same time, it would be really nice to be able to work and to be able to at least get out of the house occasionally. I mean, I can borrow the car when Dad's not using it for work, but I don't have my own car, in other words, So I guess leave in the comments what you guys would do. I need some advice? Because I'm kind of teetering. I'm kind of teetering between, well, maybe I should sneak back in at some point and see, number one, if I get yelled at, or number two, if I get ignored, or thrown out because I'm spying on things or whatever. Or if I should just let it go and just keep working on myself, keep working on writing, keep working on, but what do I do with job hunting? Because like I said, I was rejected at 2 places, and I still haven't heard back from the 3rd place, so I'm guessing by this point it's been a long enough time that I consider that they don't want me, because then for some reason they decide not to, call and let me know that they don't want me. So, yeah. But yeah, so will try to upload another video. There is so much I want to talk to you guys about. Um, I know I'm about a million years too late, but I've been watching all like the Little Nightmares 2 stuff, and I have questions and possibly a theory of my own. Plus, I found a new ARG apparently. The channel only has 3 videos, but the channel's name is Uwu, as in the OWO. And it was funny because I was watching Game Theory, and they were the ones to actually bring it up. And he kept saying it wrong. He said, "Oh well," and I'm like, and then the editor pops in. It's like, "Hello, theorist. This is the editor. Yes, I know MatPat is saying it wrong." And it's like, oh my gosh, it's not oh well, it's ooh. So, but yeah, so that basically catches you up to speed on where I'm at. But yeah, I do plan on uploading possibly a theory video on Little Nightmares too, maybe. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. Leave a comment down below. And yeah, I miss you guys. It's good to be back, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.